Good evening, people. Or not people. I don't know who's all here. Welcome. Hello. That was also loud. Just gave him crap before for... It's like when somebody's trying really, really hard to like not do something, and then in doing that, they go twice as far the wrong direction. There was a Kyle once on he once on we were at a restaurant and we were waiting for an order, and it was one of those ones that has still working on the character on. Cool. Looking forward to it. It was like the little tab thing for like was it toothpicks? I think it was toothpicks. And he went and hit the little tab to have it come out, but it really wasn't working or something. And so he kept hitting it more, and he like hit it, and it just all the toothpicks spilled out. And he had this moment where he was like, he didn't know what to do, so his hands were like going all over it to try to stop it. And then he kind of just stands there and looks at it, and it just everything came out of that machine, and I was laughing so hard. Oh my, it was so funny because the look on his face was like, I just wanted one toothpick. I didn't want a tree. It was pretty fun.
What are those? Call those trash can bits.
Well, the other video is done. I said they're still finish the lighting and render on one part. And I'm not going to like load up just to say like light done. So I'll work on something else here. So I am doing a little bit, thanks for a follow, Wonder. I changed some of my audio setup a little bit. So I should have audio now playing, but let me know if it sounds fine or if you can't hear it. Because if you can't hear it, then that's even weirder. I'm trying to make it so that I'm not recording my audio, but it is still streaming the audio. And it's a really goofy setup, but I'm hoping it works. Anyway. Plus, then it lets me hear when notifications come across, because before I couldn't.
So is that a trash can for those dragons there?
Kind of. So I was trying to figure out, so I had a bunch of audio from like a collection. I went and cleaned up a lot of my SFM files in the background before, but I was trying to figure out what audio to use. And so I went through the list of ones that I have on my queue. And I had one that said...
Our dumpster has arrived. Let's go, girls.
So our dumpster has arrived. Let's go, girls. So the girls.
It's good.
And so, there we go. So what I thought was, have them fly away in the dumpster.
Are they gonna
Like
bark?
really, really stupid. Oh yeah, they always, that's all they do is bark. Well, the green one barks. Should the pink one bark too?
I don't know.
I'm thinking so. Maybe a different bark. Like it can be the masculine, female. It's like bark, or just says the word.
just you saying bark. That's all.
Bark.
Bark, bark.
Or maybe she's French. Be like lay bark.
Lay bark.
Lay bark. Lay woof. So that's kind of the idea behind it, but the details of like how to go about all that, not 100% sure. So there, now you're in frame. So I'm just gonna be kind of making this up as I go.
No.
So the problem is,
Gonna need bigger.
it might be a bigger dumpster, but not only that, but if I put 3 of them in there, probably him at the front and the 2 in the back, even then, that might be tight.
Maybe you need to make them smaller.
I mean, all I plan to do is just go like that. But even then, I feel like it's going to be hard to put them all in there to fit without, or with how wide or like long it is. Because I think like it has to be about like this. I'm just going to be using the camera to just see their heads, not their bodies. Yeah, so essentially everything, I only care about what's going above. I don't care about how it all fits underneath. There are longer dumpsters.
I want to tell Rathlos that his waifus are trash. They're all climbing in the dumpster with him.
There's a big old rusty one. But I'm guessing that doesn't have hinges.
I'm guessing it does because that's the trash dumpster I think that was used in Half-Life.
But it's whether or not I have the access, because you can have it there, but okay, so this one does, so which is nice. But a lot of the times you get these models and you're like, hey, look, there's an interior, and then they have no bone for it. Mm-hmm. So this one does. It's kind of low poly, especially if I need to make it big, but it does open.
There's probably the version from Black Mesa that's pretty much used for the exact same thing.
I do have Black Mesa models.
Because, yeah, that's the dumpster the scientist pokes his head out of, and they did it for both Black Mesa and the original.
But I think it's actually called Black Mesa. Yeah, and I'm not coming up with any directory. Oh, no, there's one. There's the lid.
They got them separated, don't they? I see dumpster. Is it...
That's the only... Oh, no, there's another.
There's one.
There's two. There's lid.
Lids. I gotta find the...
But there's no dumpster.
One that does fall
out. There we go. Yeah, I got lids.
Get dumpster lids, but you're missing the dumpster.
But yeah, where's the dump? Where's it? Just search dump? Duh.
Maybe it's just trash.
Yeah, I'll try trash. But why would they call a lid? No. Well,
They called it
no, because unless they're using the no, because Half-Life 2 one would be weird if they don't have it in there.
What do they call dumpsters in England? I feel like it's something else.
America.
America. That's what they call it.
No, the Black Mesa was Half-Life 1. Well, the model I was pulling the other one from is Half-Life 2.
Do you think so? So they just made the lid?
But what I copied all the files from Black Mesa. It would be weird if they didn't include it. I made the assumption that everybody has those files.
Yeah.
Which, and also, I don't know if there's crossover between the files. That'd be a privacy issue.
It is a standalone game, so it's got to be somewhere.
So it's kind of low poly. I mean, this one's the lowrider.
The low right.
So like this one's not gonna work. There was one that was wider. So this one I just like because it was the size. But like there's one like this.
That looks like a train car.
But that looks like a train car. I think it is still supposed to be like one of those ones they drop off at your site, like the large ones. But it's still, I like how the trash is more visible than the rest. So I like wider, but not too wide. Like there, oh, now we can get them in there. Like there's this one, but I don't. It's not recognizable as a dumpster. Who's ready for Call of Duty Cold War? I've never played a Call of Duty. Wait, no, I played the original Modern Warfare single player, and that was it. Never played multi.
2, which was good, and then the original. And I think I played 2 and 3, but I remember being super disappointed by 3. And then I didn't really touch them after that.
I think it's the best I'm gonna do. Though I would like. You know what? Let's see what the workshop has, because if there's gonna be trash anywhere, it's gonna be from the workshop. Not most recent. Actually, I like Halo 4 just came out now, so I'm like, I've never played Halo 4. I used to be the biggest Halo fanboy, and I have never played it.
Thanks to the recent stuff, I played the first one halfway through 2, and then the third one with you guys. It all was kind of a blur. Those games went by so fast.
Okay, so that's not gonna work. That's... Yeah, people like using that word for other stuff. And this is gonna be like the word dumpster.
Oh. What about bin? Like, isn't that what they call it anymore? It's just bin.
If it's not called dumpster, it's probably not recognizable as one. Like this one, oh no. I want one like this. Because this is, to me, the most recognizable dumpster you can do.
Hinges don't work on that one?
Normally you can just look right here. Oh, actually, wait. It does have an interior. Okay, maybe. Nope. This one has an interior.
They didn't make the...
But they didn't... Well, for one, they probably did it because like they'd have to put the bone there for it, too. Unless there's another one like that one. Oh, wait.
If you could find one that would fit those lids from Black Mesa, that would work.
There's 2 models of this one.
Well, that's suspicious.
You know, one's from Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 2 DLC.
Oh, well, that's weird.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's the user mod one. What does this one look like? Oh, that's Fallout anyway. Well, like this one, I can see there's no interior, so there's no anything. I think I'm just going to go with the blue one.
What was that one, didn't they have a bin without the lid? That might fit the Black Mesa lids?
But there was nothing in that entire game that was called dumpster, which means
No.
anything that was... I don't need the lids, I just need the base.
Yeah, I was thinking there were some bases without lids that I was seeing from other games.
But that why would they have crossover between games if they're selling it?
No, I'm just saying you could use it. I don't say they did that.
I know, but again, I don't need the lids. So whether their lids are compatible with a dumpster, it doesn't matter to me. So I'm looking for just the dumpster.
Look, I'm all for throwing these dragons into dumpsters, so... You know I love
We're
them.
working on it. Uh-huh.
Look at their faces. They're adorable. I mean, who doesn't love a hook on a jaw? Or all those, like, pointy bits that
So-
look like they would hurt to touch.
Says the one that added like the most horrible dog whining noises to every time you beat them in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, they do cry a lot when you hit them with things.
I would too, but...
Yeah, it seems to make sense to me, but yeah, it is horrible. After I made it, I was like, even when I was making, I was like, oh, this is sad.
Okay, so I'm splitting this up because I don't want to like move all them around and then figure out it's not going to work. So I'm going to see what I can do for positioning. So where is... Not root. Oh. So I want to get this to 0 rotation, which that didn't seem to... This should be... Oh, maybe that is 0 rotation. Because I can rotate... Oh, I can't rotate based on that. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't matter if I have that visible. So this, I need rotation 0'd so that I can have him looking exactly the direction of here. I'm going to get rid of the girls so that I can get him in there.
He's gonna have them poke their heads up.
Yeah, but I need to have them fill the space enough, but still make it work, which is, to me, going to be the hardest thing, because they all have wings. So, yeah, I'm expecting this to be a bit of a challenge. All right. I don't want to see all your other bones. Okay, that's... Still feels like... Oh, I don't want to see your fingers either.
Did you get new followers 12 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Oh, neat. I didn't hear you mention it.
I think I did. I can't remember. Well, before I wasn't getting the audio for it, so I couldn't even hear. I would have to catch it when I actually was watching that bit. But now I can actually hear all my notifications. That's why I'm hoping the audio stuff all works. Plus, now editing streams will be much easier going forward. I still have to deal with it for past ones, but now I won't. I shouldn't have music in the background to edit out, which is actually difficult. I think these guys like 22 months. He's going for records. Ratlos thinks cool, and he is here to. He's home.
He's finally where he belongs.
He's gonna go. He's just gonna go. In a box. Actually,
I always remember like those pony pictures where it shows the pony like on the doorstep in the box. It says, "Please adopt me." This is his box.
In the trash, like the rest of the game series. What you saying?
It's like the ponies. It's like, "Please adopt me" in the cute little box, and it's like his box says, "Leave it in there." And it's just a big old trash bin. Leave it. Walk away.
Never played any Monster Hunter games, but I've been meaning to. Well, if you have a Switch with Rise coming out next spring, Capcom has said that they're expecting sales to be very similar. So I'm guessing that they're going to also be giving the game as much support as the original. So I'm curious to see how that goes.
Hello.
They're very good. You should try them. They are very good. Oh, yes. What do you have to do? Can Michael do an impression of Brathlos digging through garbage to find what he's looking for?
What is he looking for?
What he's looking for.
I'm trying to think what he would be looking for.
Hope. He's hungry.
Yes. I'm giving this one some thought. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's still going to come out horrible. Like,
You okay? you need some. You need some support. Like, what is the like Wizard of Oz? Like you gotta like.
Oh heck, where's my egg rolls? He's thinking we're gonna find the egg rolls and all this garbage. You gotta get egg rolls. That's what he wants. He's looking for egg rolls.
Why is he looking for egg rolls?
why wouldn't he be looking for egg rolls? They're delicious. He gets them from the garbage because he's a trash monster. Him and Oscar, he's like, that's what he is.
You know what else is a trash monster? Derpy.
Please put, what's that monster from Sesame Street that lives in the trash?
Oscar the Grouch.
He needs to be in there with him.
No, I don't even know if there's a model of Oscar.
There's an Oscar the Grouch in there with the Rathalos because they're both trash monsters now.
No. What are you talking trash to my monster
He's
for?
a trash monster. It's okay. He can get a role in Sesame Street right alongside Oscar. He's the new Sesame Street Muppet.
Why you gotta be mean to Wrath? What did he do to you?
He didn't do anything to me, but he's a trash monster now. He's in a very specific club. Wasn't that like the Real Monsters? They all lived in like a trash dump. He's joining them in the Sesame Street monster whose name I forgot again. Oscar?
We just said it. Oh yeah, I'm sizing the dumpster, not him. I was like, where's the sizing thing? Okay, we're gonna shrink that a little bit. I'm trying to make it so that they're as filling up this thing as possible. And to me, I should be able to make that work. probably should pull his. Oh, actually, I can probably just. Oh, I don't think I can pull that any further that way. So I need to pull his arms in a little bit. Because he needs to fit 2 more monsters in here.
All the trash monsters.
Actually, once I bend these fingers, and actually, I could probably put them a bit more forward. I think that works pretty good.
Yes, they turn into a Flintstone show.
Because of Stumped Michael, it's not too hard.
It's not.
You could tell him to do an impression of himself, and he would think.
I would just do an impression of myself that Jay does.
No, do it. Do it. Do an impression of yourself from an outside perspective.
From Jay's perspective.
No, from outside perspective.
Like, hey guys, I'm Michaels. I like Derby, and I'm obsessed with a horse because I'm weird. Is that a good impression?
I told you to do the impression that Jay would do, or somebody else would do, not just be yourself. It was uncanny, but
Jay's impression of me is just always like, "Hey guy." No, it's even lower than that. He's like, "Hey guy," or he's got like a gruffle that I don't know that I have. I think I have it.
you do.
I have like a raspy voice apparently.
You're like if a smoker never smoked.
Yeah, that's pretty much. It's probably pretty accurate.
He's happy.
It's like a raspy voice of a smoker, but it's too high pitched at the same time.
The impression seriously needed an inhaler.
Yeah.
Thanks for the follow, Pyro. Just let his feet stick out the bottom and turn into a Flintstones car. Well, I'm going to have it flying through space. So.
Okay, well, I'm glad we know this now. This is very important.
Where's his tail?
Oh, you'd probably get copyright struck if you did that one song.
The neon?
That do 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 do. You know the song where they go.
Nyan Cat or
Nine Cat. That song where they always play it and people are flying through space.
oh, I'm glad that you're like you just did Michael's song. That's all it was.
No, it's different.
No, that would definitely be a copyright because that is an actual like well,
It was Bad Raiders.
it doesn't matter as much for the Rathlow stuff because it's meant for Twitter, but then I can't put it in a compilation. Like I did the bit with Rathlow singing Lady Gaga. I never put that on YouTube because I checked. It would be a strike, not just an ad thing. It would be a strike. So yeah, not doing
A lot
that.
of people use that and post it to YouTube, so I don't know. I know it probably is, but
It depends on how much you use of it. If it's the full song, yeah, you could get do a strike for it. If you there is a tool.
how many seconds of the song could you get away with? Like at the very end of it.
I don't know. So like the one that I had for that had the Rocky theme, the anthology short, I had that monetized for about a year. And even though I used a large portion of the song, it was not enough. Then something changed and it flagged it, and then it demonetized it, and I don't make anything off it anymore. So it's the same with that. Maybe I could get away with it, but then I would not be able to monetize the entire video. And that has screwed me out of a lot, so I'm not doing that anymore. So I would be doing this full time if I would have been paying more attention to that. But alas, so I'm trying to fix that now.
We could just have me do the doot doot version. Doot 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 doot.
That could actually still be copyrighted as a cover.
I'll do it horribly out of tune. It'd be like doot doot doot.
No, but then it doesn't sound like that song. No, there. When you upload a song, it will. If it sees that it's the original, it will tell you it's the original. You can't monetize. If it thinks it's close, it will say, "Is this a cover?" And so it can even detect when you're close.
See, I'll do my out-of-tuned.
Because you covers easy clap. Yes.
I'll do my out-of-tune cover of the song, but I do expect royalties. So.
No. The YouTube monetization is it's like essentially playing a game constantly. And if you, with seeing how the Twitch stuff is going right now, YouTube technically has at least their crap together for the most part. It's just I still don't like the way it's done, but compared to how Twitch is handling it right now, YouTube is doing it much better. But still, it's where audio can 100% control the revenue stream on something, which kind of makes sense. If you just uploaded a picture with music to a song and then said, but I own the video portion of it, I want revenue from this, that would be kind of cheating the system. So it's kind of understandable of if you had to pick two sides of the coin, they're picking the one that kind of makes sense. But for those that actually do put effort into stuff and have something that's unique and different, you can't even share revenue on stuff. It is 100% to the audio holder. That's where you're supposed to go and contact them to get permissions and stuff. But depending on who it is, that's like 5 digits for some songs. If for like big name songs, it's just not worth it. So if you can go to smaller people, and there's a lot of people that make really good music out there, but then that's a lot more complications and stuff on top of that too.
Mm-hmm. You always have my dude.
At this music architecting factory did demonetization of content today. It was more of I'm wanting to grow and expand over time, and that requires that I start paying attention to that stuff a bit more, and I never did before. And when I looking back, I would have been able to basically quit my job and do this like full time like a couple of years ago if I would have been paying more attention to it. So but at least for the going forward bits, I want to make sure that I'm not screwing myself as much. So I am trying to pay attention to that stuff.
I understand why that Twi-1 got demonetized.
Yep, and if I could probably fight it, but then I could put myself in a worse place by doing that. That one shouldn't have been. That one was only because it was saying that I had to show I had authority by the model's creator to monetize it, and the likeness of. And so if I started having to fight that and actually had to deal with the direct person, then they could say that same reason applied to everything I did. Mm-hmm. And so I felt it was just safer to not. But that one, I owned the video and I had monetization permission from the music creator. So I had the ability to, and it's still, so yeah, that one kind of screwed me over, but it's all the other ones too.
That one had a lot of views.
Well, Luna's Management's like 18 million, and then Twidash is I think like 12 or 13. Remembrance is like 11.
Did that one get demonetized?
Yeah, that one's using 2 different copyrighted songs. So in my top 10 best performing videos, I think 7 of them I can't monetize. That's where it got rough. So, but it's just some small tweaks and audio changes, and I can get away with it, or not get away with it, but I can use correct stuff. But because of some of the changes I did, like in the rocket surgery video, there's nothing in there that is, and that one got a good amount of views, and so that's what's helped me purchase some of the stream upgrades for video and some of the software changes I've made and hardware changes. That's all been what can do that, so I can actually do that because of it. Oh,
Twidash is the reason my hair is blue.
No, not Twidash.
This is
Very much not Twidash. Yes. Well, no, that was.
I like to believe.
That was a big part of it. Actually, a lot of this stuff was mainly because of that video.
I like to believe that my hair turned blue because of horses kissing. No, it's for YouTube revenue. You can
for videos over a minute long, you can estimate that you will get about a little over $1 per 1,000 views. So that's the estimate. If anytime the shorter the video, the less you get. So if you have a 7-second video, you're not with 100,000 views, you're not going to get like $100. You're probably going to get like $5, because the length of the video they're not going to put like a 45-second ad for a 7-second video. They changed that, and those are the higher revenue videos or ads. So they'll give you smaller ads, which pay less, so you'll make less money on short stuff. So if you have a video that's 4 or 5 minutes long, it's usually a little over $1 per 1,000. So when you have a video that's 17,000 or 17 million or almost 20 million and stuff, that's where it adds up. So this video the other day where again, channel did an experiment. Title mentioned AK-47. The guy talked about an AK, but the video is him using a watering can. Video is demonetized. Yeah, a lot of that's detected. And you actually are asked a question multiple questions when you upload a video and you have monetization on, where we'll ask you, is there swearing? Is there guns mentioned? Is there politics mentioned? And it has all these questions, and each of those has like 3 or 4 levels of. So if I do have swearing, is it light swearing at the beginning, heavy swearing towards the end? Is it heavy swearing through the whole thing? It has multiple bits, and it will change the ads that are shown. Normally the light swearing, they don't care, but if you go into heavy swearing, they do. And I can understand that. It's letting ad companies pick and choose where they want their name put on. They don't want, maybe an ad for donating to children in Africa put on a video about like that's swearing for an hour straight. So, I can understand there's a balance for that, but it does get messy with that, where the system is just trying to automatically flag stuff and then expecting you to fight it if something is wrong. And which I guess it's for them, their side, it's the better side of things, but it also makes it so that I get to deal with some crap. And like the Twidash one, I monetized it and then they demonetized it for almost no reason. No, didn't say copyright or anything. So I disputed it, and they said that I needed a written letter from the creator of the models stating that I had permission to use them, which is something I have never had since then. It is the only video I've ever had that come up for, which is very frustrating because I couldn't go to him because he took those models from somebody else who took those models from a show. And it just seems really weird. Like how deep down the rabbit hole do I have to go with this? Do I need to go and grab like who made the texture that's on the background of this wall? Like some of that gets weird and like, I don't know, that pissed me off a lot. That is the only time they have, and that's why I haven't fought it. So because if I started pushing on it, then they could extrapolate that requirement to everything that I've done, and it wasn't worth it.
Essentially what happened to Jan Animations when he tried to ask for permission. That's way back when fandom stuff was still like super big. Jan Animations tried to get permission from Hasbro to use ponies.
Well, he was asking the actual copyright holder for permissions, though, which is different than me going to YouTube for it.
It completely shut down his channel.
But that's different.
Yeah.
It's a copyright holder can ignore you if they can claim ignorance, but if you sent an official request, then they can't claim ignorance.
Can't ignore you anymore.
I might have to shrink them down to get this to work. And the problem is,
Pile them on top of each other.
Well, I can't.
Make sense inside.
I can't have the rig attached when I do it because it doesn't let me scale with the rig. The enemy system is sustainable due to the huge amount of videos uploaded daily. The copyright strike system is ridiculous, easy to abuse though. Yeah, it's a good system and it's a bad system at the same time. That's the hard part of. It does the things that it needs to do, but it also, it used to be more abusive. I think that in terms of the abuse part, it is actually in a pretty good place right now. It used to be that somebody could claim monetization, take all the revenue while you disputed, which in the revenue is always highest in that first like couple days. Take all the revenue in that first couple days, and then when you win the dispute, you get none of it back. Now, when when you put a dispute through, it actually holds all the revenue in on the side, and then once for a certain period of time, and when the dispute is settled, then it gives the money to the person. So that actually makes more sense, and that's a much better system and less abuse. And any system is going to have abuse. You can't really stop that. I just feel like it is not flexible, and that's where a lot of my issue is with it.
Does Dailymotion even pay content creators? Like, I don't think they do. I think Dailymotion really, they just take.
I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to them, but also you're not gonna, even if they paid 10 times as much, you're gonna probably get 1% of your viewership.
Yeah.
So, had to stream links from BTS, which is a musical version of the book called Damon and Argo to help with the copyright problems with these Dailymotion. Yeah, but again, it's you're gonna lose a lot of your audience by going to another platform. YouTube is a juggernaut, and it is really hard to get similar. Even if they, like I said, even if they paid 10 times as much, you would have to be getting at least 10% of your viewership, and that probably wouldn't happen. YouTube's other big benefit is as a backup, but it is a backup to what? If you start splitting up your viewership in lots of different places, if you're talking backup as ensuring your content stays up, I really don't care, actually.
Content's already on Dailymotion anyways.
I've never looked.
It's probably, like, Dailymotion always just feels kind of like YouTube's shady, somewhat defective, like, cousin. Like, it always feels broken and slow. Been there a few times. It's never pleasant.
Dailymotion tends to be where people go when they're trying to find something they can't find on YouTube because of copyright.
Yeah.
Which means that it's if it hasn't been cracked down now, it's either going to be eventually, or it's because it's sketchy. And
well, it's likely because it's like probably on a server in a country that doesn't care. That would be my guess.
For those YouTube videos that are copyrighted strike content, that's what I'll do. But in the end, if it's something that's copyrighted strike, well, for one, I'm never going to get a strike. I'm careful on that. Most of the audio I use is from either smaller name people or something. Yeah, I never see a strike coming about. I've had a video completely removed before, but it wasn't a strike. It was the chemistry. The Full Metal Alchemist one. That one was completely basically banned in all countries because of copyright stuff, and that's why I had to put up a different version of it with a different song. But it wasn't a strike. I don't see anything ever being having a strike because you really have to mess up to do that. So I'm not worried about that part. But if I put up something and I can't monetize it, well, then it removes a lot of my ability to grow. Or if I'm putting 100 hours into something and then the return that could come from it is only at 1% of what it was, that's painful. So whether it's monetized or not, I would lose out on that. So
I do remember one of my favorite pony music videos was one done by Mr. DeLuke. It was called "Do Your Thing," and it got removed off YouTube for copyright. So the only way I can watch it now is probably Dailymotion. And I think DeLuke actually posted a video that on YouTube that said, "Yeah, if you want to watch this video, go here." Pretty much his way around it. So people would go to that video on YouTube, and then it would direct them to like a link on a different site to watch it. That's one way to work around it, I suppose.
yeah, but again, you're still losing out on any potential revenue you'd make on it. So you're like, yay, my content is shared for everybody, but all benefit that I have for myself is gone.
Yeah.
So it's like right now, for the year, I actually for like the server PC getting all this set up, I'm actually in the negative this year. So so I've overspent what I have. And if I go and say something that's reliant on me to break even doesn't, well, then it's all money that's out of my pocket that's gone. So that's where it's like, if you want to grow and get help and invest and get better stuff, it's your choice is to pay it out of your own pocket, which is very, very, it only can last so long, or have your hobby pay for itself, which is what I'm trying to do.
I think the important question here is, why is that dragon fuzzy? That dragon has fur.
Why not?
I just noticed that.
You know, you've killed her multiple times in the game.
A dragon shouldn't have fur.
But it's not a dragon. It's a Rathian.
Well.
Having a video banned in multiple countries for copyright count as being an international crime. No, it is not banned. It's just saying that based on the copyright for that country, that anybody in that country can't watch it. And I've had a couple that, like, we'll say it's banned in Norway. And I'm like, okay, I probably won't deal with it. But I've had other ones where it was banned in the United States. Okay, that's kind of like 35% of my audience. Okay, I'll try to find something else. That's why normally I'll upload a video and then I'll wait 24 hours before I make it public, at least. Because by then, normally it's automatic if it detects anything, but it'll give it time to determine if there is anything that would potentially flag it.
There is, like, even things between the US and the UK. I've, like, tried to share videos with a friend of mine over in Britain, and sometimes I can watch it here, but they can't watch it over there for whatever reason. There are workarounds, but they're a pain.
Well, you can set up, like, VPNs and stuff, but...
Well, I think for him, if there was something I really wanted him to watch, but they were basically saying it was banned in his country, I would just throw it into Dropbox and load it up there, and then he could watch it from there. That was the workaround I generally used.
Slightly underrated, but I hate when a video I like gets removed and my list is so big that I can't write. I have that actually. So if I go to my my YouTube here and go to my Two System Hell music, when I'm going through here, every now and I think I cleaned it up not long ago, but every now and then I'll hit one where it says like this one's private video. I can't remember what the hell this was. It was apparently a good song, but now I don't know what it is. And that's rough. But that could have been a choice because the video exists. I just can't get access. If it says unavailable or something, then it was deleted. But yeah, that is a little annoying.
Yeah, artists fairly often will take their stuff down because they think they're awful. Artists be like that sometimes.
Well, it could have been that version of it was from a larger distribution, and then the creator decided that they didn't want it on there anymore and decided to have it taken down. Which is why most of that playlist was like Prime Cronus or Trailer Music major stations. Now, anytime I find what I like on those, I go and like search the actual artist and find their channel and do it from there because it's just safer that way. And it's also then supporting their direct view count. Mm-hmm. So. Rathian does not have facial stuff, so I'll have to just do. Yay.
You think the pointy bit on her chin makes it hard to eat? Like, you try to eat something, but then the pointy bit like gets in the way, and you can't reach what you're trying to eat.
I don't see any pointy bit. She's just happy. Bark, bark.
She looks like a
bark,
gremlin.
Bark, bark. Did you know YouTube was down? I know YouTube was down for me a couple days ago.
It does that sometimes.
But yeah, I went down for like a little while in an evening, I think. At least for us. I mean, that happens. It's a network. Somebody does. They're constantly doing updates, but then they just have backups and everything. And if somebody just hits the wrong button at the wrong time, it happens. So do I want to have Rathian like this, or like that?
Oh no! Yep, that's horrifying. She, well, it might be an improvement. I don't know.
Are you okay, Rathian? I'm in pain.
Don't you mean woof woof?
Bark, bark,
Work.
bark, bark.
It's better.
I forgot that was on that rotation. Okay, and now. No, because like, do I want to have her be like...
I feel like she needs to have her head out the side with her tongue out, because that's what a dog does in a moving car.
The problem is I don't have any control over tongue. The tongue that's in there, I have a single bone right here to control it, but there is no secondary bone. Rathalos has a flex for controlling his tongue. So anytime I've had to control the tongue, I took another Rathalos, put a tiny one in her head, and had his tongue show up. And I've done that before. So I'm trying to get a job that reviews YouTube videos. As a process analysis specialist, I figured out they didn't want people to follow the actual guidelines, rather categorize videos as they can be easily striked by client corporations. Pull my application. Yeah, that sounds right. But yeah, the like DeviantArt, the one neat thing with DeviantArt is that they would always, I don't know if they changed it, but it used to have at the end of the URL, it would have like the title of the thing and then a hyphen and then the actual number of the ID. And all the text didn't matter. All that mattered was that number. So if the title changed, it would change, but all your links would still show at least kind of what it was. I don't know if that's changed or not. It'd be nice if YouTube did that, but at the same time, that makes very long URLs. Well, I mean, you could shorten it to remove that text portion of it, but YouTube's big thing is their URLs really, really short, which is convenient, but at the same time, yeah, you lose out on some of that. And they might not want to have it so you can see the text, because what if it was banned because the title was offensive or overly offensive or something, and then if they, by banning it, the title was still there? Yeah, there might be some other issues with that, so. YouTube's a fun land. Can I do this? I can. Sweet.
It would be pretty amazing if we had like the wild west of the internet like it was back in the 90s, but with the speed of the internet today, it would be so crazy. When was it that YouTube was bought? Because YouTube used to have everything on it before it was bought by Google. Like, absolutely everything.
Because they didn't.
No.
Because probably before then, if it was a monetized platform, it was probably very little. It used to actually be early on. Revenue was probably $7 or $8 per 1,000 view.
Yeah.
Like it used to be much higher, and it's just now 1,000 views is not what it used to be. It used to be that 100,000 subscribers was a lot. Now, not actually that much.
Yeah, but I still feel like they probably make just as much money off of each views, if not more.
No, YouTube loses money.
Off of what, 1,000 views?
No, just in general. It's one of those things of YouTube on its own doesn't make any money. It's tied with all the other things that Google does, and having that as a platform to utilize it, then it is a immensely valuable asset that makes money for the company. But if you were to just go YouTube, doesn't really actually make money. Do you know how much?
With all the advertising they do.
What percentage of revenue on an ad do you think goes to a creator?
I don't know. 7%.
60.
That's pretty good.
It's actually pretty good compared to Twitch. Twitch is 50% of everything, and I think actually ad revenue is even lower. Ads on your Twitch are horrible. They're not. They're worthless. That's why I have them shut off. I think, what is it? $3 per 1,000, but on Twitch 1,000 is different than a YouTube 1,000. I hate it when there's a reasonable explanation for why fun isn't allowed. Well, it's also some people abuse fun, which in a way you could say that people abused copyright, and so that's why they got strict on it. But at the same time, solving a problem by going the other direction doesn't mean you've solved a problem. It just means you've been pleasing the people that have the money. But again, it's a touchy subject because, like, how do you handle it? And
Because if they didn't, they'd get sued.
If I was making music and somebody was using my music without me getting a cut of it, I would be frustrated and I would be annoyed. And in that case, they have the money to push on it. So it's easier to look at things from the perspective of being on the side that's getting, I wouldn't say even screwed, or not being treated as fairly and evenly. The Twitch stuff going on right now is a big, you can see how all that would do if YouTube didn't have any say in things. YouTube not playing the middle ground, like at least pretty decently. Twitch's DMCA takedowns right now are what would happen because Twitch is not handling that correctly, and it is going badly, and especially in a platform that advertises playing of games. And now, how do you play games if you don't know, or if the audio in the game is going to potentially do it? There's all these streamers now fighting against it by doing streams not playing anything, having no audio going.
Yeah.
And to be like, some people are playing Rock Band with no audio.
That's
just to say, like, this
rough.
is what you want. This is so, yeah.
I mean,
but no, they were still pulling in viewers because people are you know,
I mean, Let's Players are a huge part of YouTube's revenue, and if they're
I'm talking Twitch right now.
Oh, Twitch.
No, YouTube does not supposedly doesn't flag you for audio that comes out of a game. I think if you tell it the game you're doing or something, it knows what songs are okay or something. It's weird, but YouTube at least has that thought out.
Yeah.
How would you feel if SFM got a big, huge update improving loading items, lighting? It has. It's just not public yet.
You know what would be nice for YouTube to try to figure out is if when they flag something for copyright, rather than taking the video down, they could just like give a portion to the copyright holder and a portion to the person who created the video.
So and I brought this up before. So say that I took a Lady Gaga song, and then I uploaded it with a single still picture.
That would not be okay. No.
Okay, but how does it know that?
They need to work on that robot.
No, that robot would not know. Or what if I just took random video that I recorded in my backyard, just like looking at a tree? Could I then share revenue evenly?
I think that we got to develop that robot. And
This
then we'll get on this.
This is where having a YouTube rep might come in handy, but even then, I think that. But the only way you can get a YouTube rep is at over 100,000 subscribers, so that's worthless for people starting out. You can't even monetize until you have 4,000 viewed hours a year. I wanted to see if I could monetize the stream channel, and I can't because it doesn't have enough view hours.
Get your friends, guys.
Well, that one I was kind of behind this year on doing
Get your
stuff.
friends to watch.
Let's play the sound of silence. Well, actually, for a little while, I had the silence in here because the audio wasn't working correctly. But now, I mean, you guys do have music, right? I didn't get a response, so I'm just double checking. I have just EDM playing. But because of YouTube and stuff like that, we have music. Okay, so
it's not stuttering?
No, this one can't. So
you say that.
So to get it so that my stream can stream audio, but it doesn't record it, I have an audio cable. So my stream PC is running the music. It is then outputting all the audio from my stream PC through a 3.5 millimeter out of its speaker jack to my line in on my PC. There was a ground loop because of that, so I had to get a ground loop remover a little bit to put on the line, and that actually worked really well. So now I can get the audio through there, and it's coming into my headphone. Then I had to use voice meter here, where this is the audio so this is my line in coming in. I'm hearing the audio coming from there, but it is not. So this is only going to A1 and A2, which is my speakers and my other speaker here. It's not going to my capture device. So the audio is going from there to me and not back. And the stream PC then has two audio channels, streams out of audio channel 1, records out of audio channel 2. All the audio goes out of audio channel 1 and 2, except for the recording does not do that for the audio from the computer. So anything on the computer that's playing does not get recorded. It's really funky, but I tested it and it works. So that means that now anything I put to YouTube won't have any audio or music in the background, but now I can edit streams and put music over it. Speaking of music, you play an instrument, Argo? No, but I have been, I am going to be working to getting back into doing piano because I actually had started doing it a while back and I really wanted to get back into it. And I am actually working on getting that figured out. As of right now, no. But I'm working on it. I am not a...
I have stupid fingers, so...
Stupid fingers.
I have stupid fingers, yes.
No, I love Final Fantasy music, and I have a lot of their piano collections. Actually, that's what I was listening to earlier today, was the piano collection for Final Fantasy. And some of the songs are fairly simple. And so I have the whole thing. I have a plan for the next couple months. I want to start trying to focus on it and learn it. But I was working on getting one, but it actually order was canceled. So I'm working on getting a new one, a different one. Learning piano as well. Piano is my favorite instrument. Piano, and if you put a piano and a violin together, to me that's all I would ever need in life.
Saxophone.
No, those two are all I need. A saxophone, when done with like 80 cent, is amazing though.
A saxophone is like a great music.
But I love piano, and I just want to actually put time into learning it. Before I was trying to learn very specific things, and I was not. I need to learn to play by ear. If I can learn to play by ear, then I'd be fine.
That's that's a talent only some people have.
No, it's like a keyboard though. If I put my hands on the keyboard and I say hit K, I know where it is.
I'm tone deaf as heck. Even when I'm like playing.
Oh, I'm not tone deaf.
Even when I'm playing like one of those games where it's like, this is the puzzle, do 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 do, and then it gives like the okay, just repeat that in the puzzle. I'll be like, oh no. I'm gonna be here a while.
No, it's lucky. I'm not tone deaf. I'm good with that. To me, it's like learning a keyboard. Is you had to sit down and you had to do a lot of practice and practice and practice, and to the point now where if I see a word, I can map it out in my head, and it's the same thing of where if you can hear a melody, you can map out on a keyboard. So it's you still have to look down at a keyboard.
I still look down at a keyboard when I'm typing. Yeah. Like it's just out of habit, but I'm not looking at the screen when I'm typing. I'm looking at my keyboard.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you play games, do you have to look down to go forward?
Well, no. When I'm playing the game, my hand doesn't really. It only has to worry about the 4 keys. Like I type quick, and if I make a mistake, I know I made a mistake. But it's not because I'm looking at the screen. It's just because I realize my fingers pressed the wrong button.
No,
I can type fast. I'm just not looking at the screen.
For those actually sitting here and like wondering what the hell am I doing? So there is audio with this. It's not just putting or dragging it in a dumpster.
Our dumpster has arrived. Let's go, girls.
And then I'm gonna have them fly.
Oh, it's Rappo's tails moving.
I used to play the violin, and then crap happened with my parents and couldn't pay for my lesson through school. There's that, yeah. Then having a tutor or something would be useful. The nice thing about the internet now is there's a lot of places out there that can, or like lessons that you can find for teaching, and that's what I want to actually try to do, is find some structure to learn. But there was a guy I used to go to college with, and he played, I think it was the violin. It was on it was a shoulder one. I don't know if there was another instrument like that, but he was great at that. He was going to college for music though, so I mean, he definitely knew what he was doing. But he could play by ear, easy. So like, there was a song by Yellow Card, because they have like a violin they use in there, I think, banjo. I can't remember what it is. And there was like there's this one song that's a really, really fast violin at the beginning, and he listened to it once and was able to copy it. And it was like all over the place, and like, so that was super cool to just see somebody like sit there and go, okay, and then just play it. It was, I admire people like that can have that kind of a passion for something, to put that time into that. Since it isn't like guitar where the pressure can drastically change the sound, is genius. The lyra harp, because lyra harp strings. That one I heard is actually hard to learn though, like a harp, to do it right.
I tried to learn a lap harp when I was younger.
Why?
Because my parents bought me one.
Why?
Because they wanted me to learn an instrument.
So they chose a harp.
It got a lap harp. It was a lap harp. It's like the poor man's version of a harp. Is what a lap harp is. And I did learn to play Yankee Doodle Dandy on the thing. I could not play it again. If my life depended on it, I would just be like, cling, 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 and that would be it. But yeah, I didn't get. My parents also got me a guitar from a yard sale, and I would spend like, I'd pick it up like once or twice a week, and then I would just tune it. But because I'm tone deaf as heck, I'd have to use a computer program. And then the computer would tell me if it was tuned properly.
It's like, here's your note, dong, and you're like, whoa,
Right.
Is that close?
Mm-hmm. Like, I like when I say I'm tone deaf, I listen to music. It sounds great, but if you ask me to like repeat the song, like, no, it's not gonna happen.
No, I am happy that I used to do a lot of choir. That was the one thing that I did when I was younger.
Wasn't that in middle school?
And I wish that I would have probably done, picked an actual instrument, but I was kind of, my older sister was a violin. I can't remember if my brother had one. I thought he did. But it was just a lot of money involved in that stuff. And so I just, I ended up just going choir, and I was actually good. Like I ended up going to some, led this class in one year, and I had fun with it, but I don't consider that a life skill. But at least I wasn't tone deaf. I was able to hit the notes that were needed and all that.
I just can't ever do those puzzles. It's like repeat the music. It's like, oh no. He's looking for his lunch. Look at him. He's like, what's on the menu today? Is it egg rolls? Should be. He's always wanting them egg rolls.
What's the egg rolls?
It's part of his personality now. It's fixed. He really wants egg rolls. Trash ones that have like soaked up some bathroom cleaner. Those are his favorites. Just all mixed up in there.
I prefer my egg rolls to give me hallucinations and clean my colon.
Egg rolls soaked in bleach. Delicious.
There we go. So the idea, I think, was in the... Where's your other hand? Where's your hand? It's a knee, foot.
It must be hard to like get comfortable to fall asleep with all those spikes. Like, no matter which way you lay, you're lying on spikes.
Well, I'm guessing like lots of other animals could look at humans and be like, "Why can't you turn your head around backwards?"
Well, yeah, but they don't look at us and think anything but that thing looks squishy. I bet it sleeps well.
Well, also we have beds.
Yeah, we're extra squish.
Yeah, go to sleep without a bed. Go lay on the wood floor. How do you think people did it way long ago?
I've slept on the floors many times.
Really?
Yeah.
Wood floor? No bed, no blanket, no nothing?
Yeah.
How much did you drink?
No, I didn't necessarily have to drink. When I was a kid, if we were ever like staying over at someone's house, it was just lying on the floor. I've done like hotel rooms with strangers just lying on the floor too. It's
What kind of
cheaper.
crap do you do?
I told you the one time I slept at Union Terminal, like in the middle of the night in Chicago. I can sleep anywhere, given like if I need to. But it's only because I'm so squishy. If I was covered in spikes, it just wouldn't happen. Being a dragon's rough. Why is her head up his butt?
It's not.
It's not? Oh, okay. It's like
It's in the wing, but immediately you're like, wow, there must be some creepy shit going on here.
I mean, I don't know. It could be like, she has a dog. They sniff butts.
No, it's just
Rathians sniff
I
butts.
moved so then I could get into other
Are
position.
you trying to say that Rathians don't sniff butts? Because that kind of takes away from their dogness.
Well, whatever canon crap you want to get into, you can go to your furry website for that.
Oh, Rathians sniff butts. That's my new head canon. She's a butt sniffer. She goes on adventures, sniffing butts.
Are you going to kill Michael?
You're like, "Ruff."
Yes. Oh, I don't have access to the mouth right now. I'm gonna make her bark, but I have the rig. Then the only thing that requires sign language at Bible school as a kid. I'm not sure it's a thing anymore. So that's learning another language. I think it's even harder. Go check the art share. Art share. What's in the art share? It is a me.
You're curing you.
Daw.
You're curing alicorn you.
With corn.
It's
It's alicorn.
No.
Oh, the corn. That is adorable.
Which is the best corn?
Which is the best corn? This one right here.
I like this one over here.
No, this one.
I think of the one with the
No, I am full of cornstarch
You are.
because it's for the coffee. But it is very good. I very much like. Hold on, we need to do. Got to do happy apple or happy apple.
Happy horse.
Yes, happy horse. Well, thank you. That is adorable. And it is hand drawn too. And I can see the fit on the side, which makes it even cooler. I love that stuff. Actually, like there's the one I have. Well, yes, there's. It fell down before. I just didn't put it back up because I have two here that like there's this one that was done by Elephant. He did this one as a with the stool and some other stuff, and it was an inspired piece, and so he ended up selling his art to try to make money on the side, and so I auctioned it, or I bid on it, and so this is the actual print, so it's kind of like rumpled up, and I love this is one of my favorite pictures I have. I just have to put it back up because it fell. And then Misty Dash, if anybody remembers them, they drew my OC with assaulting Twilight with the dolphins. Is it scratched? No, it's not. I thought it was. Oh, no, it was just a light. Yeah, it was just a light. I saw something. That one is really cool. He said he was going to color it if I scanned it and sent it to him. He never did. He kind of disappeared for a while. Whatever. And then I have another one where somebody drew it like, yeah, this one.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
This one, it was, Everfree. Everfree. I sat down and somebody was doing like free sketches, and so I just gave them the thing and they just drew that up in like a minute, and it was pretty fun.
That always blows my mind. If I try to draw anything, it's horrible and it takes 3 hours.
But yeah, and so it's digital art is great, but I always think it's super cool when there's like an actual physical copy of something because it's so much more personal when you have to actually just have something on paper. Digital, it feels like once it's there, it's everywhere. But in paper, it's like this is the only one, and it's really cool. So yeah, I love traditional art.
So you scan it.
But then even then, you still have the original.
Yeah.
And that's why like that Rainbow Dash one to me means so much because it's just something super cool. And plus, he was super excited that I actually like literally sent him money and he mailed it to me. So yeah, it was. And then he came on stream, and I had that for the longest time as the back on this on my streams, like you can see on the wall. And that's what I had it here again, but then I put up another sound barrier thing, and yeah, that kind of ruined that. So, and the only reason I did that was because with the lights coming from around here, having the black on the wall like that helped to diffuse the light more. The dolphin is aggressive. Yes, he is.
The dolphin's a jerk.
Okay, so the idea I have for this is I want to have, nope. The Rathian's kind of back here and have, so Rathl's kind of like walks up.
Our dumpster has arrived.
On their tails. They have like an idle animation on their tails.
Let's go, girl.
They both have the idle animation for them loaded, so that it's just, I'll completely modify it, but I want something to have them move.
All right.
Another drink. You want another drink?
No, I'm good. So move that here. Hi, Cyree. That's why I don't get why people don't really commission me. It's rare to find traditional artists these days. The one nice thing with digital art though is it's scalable, it's printable, and there's a lot of benefits to it, and it always looks clean and cut and nice strong edges. There's benefits to it, but it just depends. It's a trade-off. There's one or the other. And there's something to me that's just cool about having original pieces. There's actually my sister used to date a guy he's an artist, and Matt Oleg, and he does some freaking fantastic stuff. So this is his stuff, and my sister ended up buying one of his pieces, but his are expensive. Like, thanks Joel. Resubscribe 2 months. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Howdy to YouTube. No, yeah, she bought this one. So there's nothing, you're never going to get the actual experience from just seeing it. That's actually a 3D painting. So it's multiple different canvases all laid on top of each other. So it's actually like, this is a separate canvas that's actually in front of the rest. And so this is an actual painting that she bought, but I think it was like 1,500 or something like that. But it's big too. I mean, it was like about this way across and stuff thing too. But they're really, really cool. And he does really, really, really good with it. And he's done a couple paintings for one of the hotels in the city. They actually commissioned him to do a whole bunch. And so he's actually a professional that makes money on the market. So, but yeah, like even this, like how do you paint that and make that actually look good? That's just so cool. I was just seeing if this was the canvas one, but I think it's a painting of it to look like that. But anyway, yeah, he did. But so like, to me, it's expensive, but it's so nice being able to just have something like that. Okay, so I want to have. I think I'm going to probably have to change the camera a bit. Right now, I just want to get the idea of it down. The first bit about working with the dumpster and getting them in there was just mainly proof of concept. I don't want to start with the easy stuff and then figure out that the hard stuff is not possible. I know it sounds weird, but do people actually buy art? Yeah. Like seeing it's a lot of the same things with like some of the stuff you see, like who actually buys that? Well, a company might. So like for his art, a hotel came to him and said, we want new art for everything. So they commissioned him for like 5 very large paintings. And so it ended up being like a 5-digit sale, but then they made prints to go in all the different rooms. Then if you're a business and you're selling something or needing to put a print up, you have to buy the rights to showing that. So by doing that, they owned 100% of all the rights for everything that came out of that. and it's just something big. They could have this giant painting in their lobby, and it was a status symbol type thing. For an individual to own it, it's very much a commodity bit, but you're probably going to be paying more per painting then because it's a one-off. But it's, to me, there is something about that, about having something that's handcrafted. It means more. It has more value to it.
That's good, because I have an original art piece that I have found of Euro C. And it's on this special canvas paper.
That you just drew while you're over there?
No, this is a famous artist that drew... No. You did an original piece from a famous artist. He's world renowned.
Come on, there it goes. I can't even really see it because the freaking, there you go.
Yes.
I Argo horse. So this art. I have some questions.
Yes.
Where's my butt?
It's too big. It wouldn't fit on the canvas.
What?
Your butt is too big. I'm sorry. I didn't make your butt.
Yeah, yes, my mom did, and apparently, look, you just took it away from her. So you can
No, it's special canvas paper.
you can have this back.
It's original piece.
Yep, it's an original piece of something. It is a paper towel.
No.
He couldn't even pull the full sheet. He had to get the half sheet.
This is special canvas paper. It's like $100 just for this one piece.
Really?
Yes, because it's so special.
Well, but I owned it, so now you owe me $100 for wasting that canvas. I'm gonna want a check. Plus, then there's damages
Well, I mean,
for having to see it.
I can only reimburse you once the art sells, and since you're the only buyer.
So, also on our fridge is a picture of Derpy that he drew, that he put on the fridge himself, like he was some 8-year-old trying to show off to his parents, of put it on the fridge, and then I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do it. Look at your good picture. As the parents
The whole
that's
reason
just
it's up there.
it's a blob.
It's because it's supposed to be.
But then
child's
we
art.
get we'll have some breeze go through here when the windows are open, and it'll go flying. So that I have to extra stamp it down, because if I took it down, I could recolor the walls here to pink or to blue, and he would not even notice. But if Derpy moved, oh God,
He did. It's true, because you put up all new blinds, and I did not notice.
the what?
The blinds over there, you put up.
Oh yeah, you put up
I'm
blinds.
like, oh, the sun's out.
I know there's the whole window's half covered by something, and he didn't even notice there was blinds. But if it's Derpy's gray color is supposed to be 117, 117, 117, that's 119, 119, 119.
Right.
Our dumpster.
I did draw a Derpy during the desktop Fallout stream.
Anytime you're in that game,
Well,
or
there's a lot of time between turns.
well, no, not just
I
any,
distract myself.
not just that. You were doing it during bad fanfic. You were doing it during anything. It's always Derpy. What about other pwn?
I don't know how to draw other ponies.
Oh, it's a color difference. They're all
They
identical.
got different manes. Derpy's is super easy.
Oh, so she's simple.
It's a positive trait.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Rainbow Dash is just a Derpy recolor, so
Yeah.
she's like the bad OC. They gave too many colors to. Just silence.
Because I could say anything and you wouldn't give a shit.
No. show it to the stream and see my amazing artwork.
So you want Derpy? All others are bad imitations.
Just Rainbow Dash is a bad imitation.
Our dumpster has arrived. Let's go,
Gert, gert, gert.
has arrived.
See, a small child broke in and drew this picture.
You didn't even sign it.
Why would I sign that?
So yeah, he drew this. This has been in our fridge, I think, since we moved in.
It was pretty not long after. I was really bored at work. I did that while at my job. That I get paid more.
Why does her hat have an arrow with wings?
Because that's what the hat she wears in the show has.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So when did that business go out of business?
Like right after.
And what is she's got like a box on her hoof.
No, it's falling because she's bad at her job.
Well, yeah, because she's kicking the box. Because she's bad at her job.
She's bad at her job. She's losing the mail.
So you do admit she's a bad horse.
No, she's a horse. Oops.
She's a bad horse. She does not do in the mail.
She's forgiven.
Let's go.
For being best horse. She's allowed to mess up.
She's allowed to mess up?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I would have had a lot easier jobs if that was the case. I know I could do better, but I'm allowed to mess up, right?
I mean, if you were an adorable magic horse, you probably would get a lot more leeway too, so.
I thought about doing this, but I'm thinking,
Let's go, girls. Our dumpster has arrived.
I wonder if I extend it this way, cut this. Oh. No, this goes this way. Put this back to...
Our dumpster has arrived.
Okay, we'll do that.
Let's go.
And then we'll cut this. And then we'll do the camera.
Oh no.
Can Michael do an impression of Derpy being bad at her job? The points have been spent, Michael.
They have. It's like, I just don't know when I'm wrong, but I'm adorable, so it's okay. Yay! And then she boops.
She boops herself?
She boops herself because she knows she's adorable.
Okay.
It's like, yay, now you have a thing.
Oh, and I gotta do...
That was my Derpy impression. She's like, I can get away with murder because I'm cute.
Let me get these grouped, and then I will do that. Should have done it to begin with, because that's when I start splitting shots. I want to be at the point where if I do split this, like I didn't even name my camera. It's all camera one. That's actually very not me. It's because I kind of like half prepped before here. Okay. What
That's
we
a
got
lot
here?
of dragons.
We got with the music. Let's see this.
You don't think Derpy's being honest? She could get away with murder if she wanted to. No. What's happening?
It's EDM, so
I hear no music. I just see a dragon having its head like
her.
her. I can't tell.
Apparently I can't scale it while it's in the rig.
Oh, that's horrifying. You should pull in the wing. Dude, just pull in. Make it a big old lump dragon. Yeah, she was trying to. She wanted to become the main character of the show. What better way than to murder Twilight? She would have gotten away with it too.
See, I can make her a person. Got a little creepy there.
That's weird. Yes.
I don't think I have. I don't have thighs for her. I do not. So I can't literally stretch. But see, she can. Remember the bad guy from Spider-Verse? What was his name?
Oh, Kingpin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's twerking.
This is what you all wanted, isn't it? It's disturbing to say the least. She's heckin' great.
Thanks for the follow, Gato. There. This is peak dragon form. Like, look at that hair on the back.
It's like, this is perfection.
It's like, how you doing, Rathian? Hello. She's like, do you even left? Oof.
She's all arm.
It's like spooky.
But is she any uglier than she already was?
Look, she can do the floss.
No. This is biting.
She looks in pain.
I think the difference between dragons and ponies, every time you mutilate ponies, it's like sad, but when you do it to dragons, it's just like par for the course. Like,
So you're like, finally they get their turn.
it's more like nothing seems to have really changed. It's like no matter what you do to them, they're still pointy.
Derpy driving the piano wasn't an accident. It was attempted. Yes, it was attempted murder. See, she's evil.
She wanted to be the star of the show, so she had to murder Twilight. And honestly, I mean, it would have been better for everybody if Twilight had died. And
Our dumpster has
the new element of cuteness. That would be her element, by the way.
I've started to try to name my audio clips now because I was having issues trying to figure out what the hell they said,
Let's go, girls.
and I realized I could do that.
Dumpster
I mean, some small part of me still hoping
As a-
that G5 will just be
Let's go, girl.
focused on characters from G4, but just characters that were considered background characters in the past. Just Lyra and Derpy.
Oh, you tweeted the picture too. I will.
Oh, the Kieran?
Yes. Actually, I think the color of my phone actually makes it more vibrant too. I like that. I'm gonna retweet. So so lately, Twitter used to say when you do hit retweet, you're going to retweet or retweet with comment. Now it always goes to comment, and if you send it without a comment, it just does normal retweet. But that confuses the hell out of me because I'm always like, I don't want to add a comment. Then I back up, and then it's whatever.
Yes, it is another Rathlos.
It's another Rathalos.
And it's too many Rathlos.
What I've been trying to do is I've been trying to make like a pony short for YouTube, and then I'll make a Rathalos short as the in between, and that is what this is. Ooh.
Ooh.
So I ordered a Kickstarter for the Rocinante. Look at that thing.
It's that shit from the show.
Yeah, look at this thing. Let's see if my camera actually shows it. Come on. Yeah, that's kind of weird with the frame rate bit, but look at that thing. It's like how long is this thing supposed to be? It's like 2 feet.
I made a very important purchase today too.
It looks so cool.
I ordered these today. We both are doing things.
Well, yeah, but I ordered mine last January, I think.
I ordered these a long time ago.
Is Pink Rathian new?
About 3 hours ago.
I don't think I've used Pink Rathian in a video yet, but the only reason I'm doing it is because of his use of the plural word of girls.
Let's go, girls.
Because of that, and it's either I use 2 different Rathians or I use 2 of the green one. But if I use 2 green ones, then it no longer is Rathian, and it as with a capital R, and it's more of Rathian with a small r. And where it's all there's multiple Rathians, and I prefer that each one is individual and as a personality. So I want to make sure that I'm not doing that. So the recoloration allows me to have the same character without being the same character. I do not have a skin for them for silver Rathian or gold Rathian though, and I don't. Same thing. I don't have a gold or a silver Rathalos.
We still haven't fought either of those.
We haven't gotten far enough. We'll get there eventually.
Someday.
We've got to beat that, like, laser shooting bitch first. We'll get there.
It's tough.
So I'm not worried about like their animation bits right now. I'm more worried about just figuring out like what my final shots are going to be. So this is going to be walk up. This is probably still a little long. Let's shorten that down.
Our dumpster has arrived.
That's too short.
Has arrived. Let's go, girls.
Let's shorten that up and extend this a little bit.
Let's go. Arrive.
Shorten that and put it here at the beginning.
Our dumpster has arrived.
Actually, I'm gonna see if I can do this as crossover.
Our dumpster has arrived.
Well, like in the game,
our dumpster has arrived.
In the actual game, so.
Idea different colored Rathians spoofing red versus blue scenes. No, because the problem with that is getting them to color different like that is actually harder than it sounds. So, for instance, the difference between green and pink isn't identical, not just a coloration difference. So if I went and just changed the pink one to it, like say I redid all the hue of the green one to be pink, it wouldn't look the same. Because if you notice here, a lot of this under bits are brown. If I go to here, it is also brown. If I just did a straight hue change, it's probably going to have an effect on that. And if I say, well, I'll just focus on the green areas, it's not going to be the same as well. It's not going to be a perfect change. Just the same for Rathalos. So his thing does come with a blue variant. But if I were to try to replicate that, it would not look the same. So there is a custom touch in that. So I could color them different, but it would require a lot of poking around to make it work. And if I were to do that, it would be with other characters. I have, actually that should have been what I worked on instead of this. I have ideas for other characters. One being Toby to do the adventures with Pookeith, and where I do all the Keith stories from Ellis, but with Pookie. So it's Pookeith. And I actually had one like very early started, and actually now that I think about it, I should have done that instead of this, but this would be done quicker. That one would take a little while. So I have lots of ideas for other characters to be used in. Does hearing the same voice lines over and over again while animating ever drive you crazy? Yes and no. yes, in that it gets a little frustrating, but at the same time, I've done it so much now that I just don't hear it anymore. That's why, like, streams before, some people would be like because you're like during lip syncing, just hearing that same thing. I stopped hearing the audio, and I'm hearing, instead of like, I'm not hearing the audio, and I'm analyzing it. And at that point, I'm not actually listening to it anymore. So I could hear it on repeat over and over and over again. But now I don't really burn out on the same song anymore. I'll listen to the same song sometimes, like during work. If I really need to focus on something, I'll put on the same song on repeat for like 8 hours straight, because it'll get me into a flow state much, much quicker. And I'm just used to doing that.
I'm the same way with my job. I'll put on a playlist that's like the same 20 songs over and over
Let's
again.
go, girls.
And it does drive some coworkers crazy if they come back and they're like, they tell me I need to update my playlist. Like, it's not about the music, it's about
But that's
repetition.
you're saying 20 songs though. I'll do the same one song on repeat for hours and hours and hours.
I did that one day with one of I think it was Starlight Brigade. I had that playing just over and over and over again for an entire day, and I think I drove somebody crazy.
Let's go, girls.
But it kept me in the flow. So.
Yeah, that's to me what, like, at my last job I had to do a ton of data stuff. So we were moving from one system to another, and I had to convert all these documents over, and it was a lot of menial work, but it was which I don't mind. If you get in that flow state, it's actually very satisfying. So I think there's a song by the Chainsmokers, When You Were Young, I think. And I had that song on repeat. And now when I hear that song, I can, my brain gets into that mode from when I was working on that, but it doesn't. So if I really need to get into a flow state, I'll go to those songs I did that with. That is one of them. There's a couple other songs I have that are on a list that if I need to really focus on something, I'll listen to those songs really loud, because it just shuts down everything else. And my brain's already hardwired to do that. Loyalty has that kind of replay value for me. Yeah, a lot of the original, like the Mando, I forgot what the other people with it. Yeah, those ones I did the same thing. Hello, Elias. I was in school back then. I listened to only one song while studying, and it worked. Now I get nostalgic when I hear the song. Well, they actually say too, if you're studying for a test, chew bubblegum. Like, pick a flavor per subject. So if say like have history and math, for history, every time you're working on history, chew peppermint, and anytime you're working on math, chew fruity bubblegum. And when you're studying and doing anything, and when you go to take your test, then have the bubblegum with you, and where it will help. It's about helping trigger, and it's like, because memories are not just like accessible at any point. Sometimes you need to get to like that one little trigger, and then everything else kind of follows behind it, and that helps that trigger. It's really neat.
Just be careful of gum that tastes like blueberry pie.
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
I have a playlist on, my focus playlist. A lot of these are songs that are the ones that get my energy going.
I don't know any of these songs.
Well, like Halo from Starset, I actually had a video planned for, but again, because of the monetization things, I've changed that. Sweetness is very nostalgic. Brave Shine, just because that one's great. John Kenza has his Heartfire 1 is one of my favorites. I love watching him play it live too. This is one of the My Hero Academia songs. This is the full version of it. No, not just the normal version. It's the original song. Modern Age is a great song by Anne Boleyn. Anything with Alexa Ray is great. This is a song, official Nine Inch Nails cover. So this is a song by Nine Inch Nails that was like a really, really cool, like lo-fi cover. This World, actually, I had a video planned for, and that is just super energy good. That's super, super good, and I can listen on repeat. My favorite song from E6 is Rescue. And then Alive from Phil Lober is just super unique, cool song. Any of these songs are just, I could listen to on repeat over and over and over and over again, for sure. And so I keep a list here so then I can listen through it. And if I hit one of them, then I want to hear that one again. I'll just like right click it, say loop. I love that YouTube has that. Dang, learning it through association. Never thought about it before. No, like I said, it's more of like your memory is sometimes is like a tape cassette of, you can't just pull at any point in it. It's sometimes like if you have somebody that's having a trouble remembering something and you give them just that trigger, everything else comes with it. And essentially that bubble gum or that song or whatever is triggering, is helping being that trigger. So by having that flavor suddenly come in, all the memories that are attached with that from you doing that only during that time come in and help. It's not going to be like suddenly taking you from forgetting everything to being like Einstein level brilliance with the subject. It's just, if you're trying to optimize your time and min-max things, it actually works. So I just do it with music. Sometimes too, the music is, if I'm not motivated to do anything, playing a song like that actually gets me motivated. So if I have a day where I just need to get stuff done, I'll just put on something from a list of songs that I usually motivate me to work on things. And I'll just get into the mindset to actually be like, okay, I actually feel like I can work on this now. You have a great taste in music, Argo. I'm definitely checking out a lot of those songs. I think
one day I hope to hear some of this music.
Well, these ones I'm not playing. These ones would get me, well, but like this one would get me a strike. This one would get me a strike. This one would get me, not a strike, but it would get me muted. This one probably would too.
Yeah, let's hear My Hero Academia song.
I mean, this is the official music video for it too.
Yeah, that would be
No, it says My Hero Academia, but it's. Oh no, this one actually isn't the official music video. I changed it. There is an official music video live action because it's a real song. Then they put it in the show.
Yeah.
But this was one of my favorite intros from My Hero Academia.
Have they started the new season of that yet?
Oh yeah, Current Top Songs was my other one. I would keep this list to only 5 normally, but then it kind of got expanded. So these are the ones that are the songs that I normally would just put on repeat because I enjoy them, but may not be the ones that I would put on repeat because they're motivating. I still have Heartfire on here because this one is just, I love this one.
Where's all the pony music?
John Kent says a pony musician.
Oh, cool.
So, but like Dance with the Dead, I love 80s stuff. And so like Dance with the Dead, Skeletons in the Attic is really good. That one's a pretty motivating one. Less Friction, Come Back to Me. I had a video planned for that one. Actually, I just recently deleted the file that I had started with it. There was nothing in it. I loaded one model. I was trying to get the Crystal Empire loaded, a model, and I found a free model online that was really, really cheap. I just couldn't get the textures to work correctly. And it ended up being that, again, monetization would make that.
Is that going to be the shipping video?
Partially.
The one with Starlight and Sombra?
Oh, no, it was going to be a Sombra video, but it wasn't a shipping video. Because it's a guy singing, so it would have been Sombra singing. I actually had him. I have a full minute of lip syncing done for that. It was super cheap, very quick lip syncing, but it was a full minute.
But you're afraid of using songs?
I'm trying to stay away from anything that's big name copyright because then I can't monetize anything.
You're just going to have me sing them.
No.
I'm going to write you a song.
But the problem is a lot of these really, really cool songs are those songs. So I'm limiting myself. That's actually like right now I don't want to start anything big because I really can't think of anything big that I didn't have planned that used a song that would have had copyright risk. Where before I didn't care, but now it's like it's really hard to grow when like I had to go through my channel because like they have the bit where you can have people join like it's like Patreon on YouTube where people can subscribe to your channel for support and get early access for stuff. My channel was disqualified from that originally because I had too much stuff on my channel that had a copyright claim or a content ID, which is different, meaning that I couldn't monetize it. I had to go through and clean content from my channel so that I could get below that threshold. So if I use too much of that content, I'm actually restricting my ability to utilize my channel. So most of the stuff I got rid of was old stuff that was like AMVs from like 10 years ago.
See, I'm going to write you a song right now, and then you can use that song. Let's like, it could be like ponies making out in the street to the beat. Yeah, got a song.
You pay me enough money and I'll do whatever you want.
No, you can use this. This is free to you. This
I know.
is my gift.
Oh, it is. It's
Yeah,
a gift.
This is my gift to you.
It's just straight from the heart.
It's straight from the heart. Oh no, we can't use that song because that'll get monetized.
No, that's shot through the heart.
It's shot through the heart. Well, we can go. Then we do straight through the heart. And who's to blame? Something. The song has changed. We're writing the song as we go. That's how. I mean, so we got ponies making out to the beat in the street. Move your feet to the pony beat.
You can't just make the whole song rhyme off of one word.
We're gonna make this happen. What else rhymes with feet? Help me here. Discreet. That's it. They're making out in the street. Don't be discreet.
They're making out in the street.
Don't be discreet. Move your feet.
Don't be. Wait. Making out in the street. Don't be discreet. Like, so when they're making out, you're like, can you scream while doing that?
Yes.
I want to hear slapping.
You gotta super public pony makeout session. This is a song you can use.
It is?
It is. This is my gift to you. I'm already waiting for the video to be finished.
Uh-huh.
You can make it about whatever you want. But I mean, it does have a theme. These are all good ideas. Oh, beat is defeat. There we go. Got another one. The feet. You gotta be discreet. Then defeat. Because if you don't.
Okay, Michael, you're done.
Well, we're working on this
What are you-
song with chat. They're getting involved. This is a
Chad, don't.
This is a group effort.
Don't encourage him.
I think we can do concrete too, guys.
I already have a song of yours.
Yes, it is amazing, isn't it?
Your drink smells like CLR. Like, I keep thinking, I'm like, is there like cleaner around here? Did you run out of alcohol and you just went and grabbed?
Yes.
I gotta clean the calcium out of my.
I've just been drinking this stuff on the sink for the last hour. It's fine. This is where my music inspirations come from.
First thing you see when coming into the stream. Yes, so there's a story behind this. It's not a really interesting story or anything,
It
but
involves Oscar the Grouch, though.
no. So it's rough right now, but so this is the plan for it.
Our dumpster has arrived. Let's go, girls.
And then I'm gonna have like pixel music as they float through the stars. I haven't figured out how to do this part of it yet.
It's gonna be
I want to find a Nyan Cat that isn't Nyan Cat. So like,
I mean, is that music copyrighted?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna risk that one. I'm gonna check on my normal Computech, see if there's anything in there.
Use the mic song.
I didn't realize they were trash tier monsters. Oh, no, it's actually because the audio sounded funny, and they're happy. Look how happy. You can see they're like, hold on,
Getting weird.
hold on, I can fix that.
Derpy doing 9 cat is
There, they're fixed.
no. They're not as cool.
And actually, I could probably increase that even more. Oh yeah, now it's all solved. But now the camera cutoff for this is like, oh wow, that's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Huh. Well, when I go to actually like animate it, it's going to be a little harder. Thanks for the follow, mister. So let's back this up because I'm going to need more space. I kind of want to do this part first because this is the one I'm unsure of. So this is not. It's not the correct zoom. That's not going to matter, but. Derpy doing Nyan Cat? No.
Yes. This is a great idea.
Okay, so I need them kind of going through space or something.
It's a very
How
basic-
cheap do I want to make this?
incredibly.
And by cheap, I mean, do I care if they are animated? If not, then the great part about this is that I just have a flying dumpster. So then we can have them be like a barrel roll.
More adventure.
Oh, I kind of like this plan. But I need to lock them to the dumpster. Okay, now. Oh, that didn't work. Oh. That didn't actually. No, it shows locked. Okay. Let's unlock it manually. Since I'm using a rig, it's probably wanting me to lock the root. Oh, that's not the right route. Did I like the other right route then? I think he's the only one that has the full visible, yeah. Okay, now. Yeah, there now. Pulling, wait. A team of derpies pulling the dumpster like Santa's sleigh. Now that kind of gives me an idea for like a future Christmas video for Rathalos and Rathians.
Involving derpies?
No, the Rathians can pull the sleigh. No, but I don't have a fly animation yet. This is the one thing that sucks is, like, so the Rathian and Rathalos models come with a pre-built-in idle and walk sequence from Monster Hunter. But the person that ported them was originally going to bring in flying and running and some other stuff, but it never did. And then somebody else had talked about potentially doing it, but then that never happened. So I really wish that I could, because it would take me a long time to build a full idle sequence that look, not idle sequence, but like a fly animation or anything. And I don't want to put the time into it and then eventually have everything ported over. So I have an idea for a couple of shorts that involve running or flying, but I don't want to do them until I can find somebody that actually knows how to port that stuff. I offered money on one, and so if anybody knows how to like port animations from Monster Hunter to a DMX and is willing to get it working, whatever, I will drop money to have it done. I've only found 2 people that know how to do that.
That sounds like something I might be able to do.
Yeah, that also sounds like something that you're going to like do with the other thing where you're going to spend way too much time on that one little thing and then not even sleep and then
Yeah, I don't sleep anyways.
travel like the TARDIS through a wormhole. Well, there's that meme that we brought up before that you could do like this traveling through space, but then again, that's copyright stuff. So I don't want to do that. But if we do want them flying through space,
there we go.
the stream needed more best horse. Why is horse capitalized?
I don't know. I just let my phone autocorrect or auto finish that sentence. I says that this stream, and then I just let it finish the rest. Needed more best horse. I was just like, that sounds.
That's what it auto completed.
Yes.
What do you text all day?
This is best horse. I also posted a Santa Claus because that was a thing. See Santa. He knows when you've been sleeping.
That's creepy.
I know he is a creepy old man, isn't he?
Ooh, this is a lot smaller than I was thinking it would be. Oh, This is a 3-level state thing.
I'll look into it. No promises on that one,
This needs to be probably over that big, much bigger. Oh. No, definitely bigger. I'll get it to that size and then we'll see. Oh, that's 1,000 count already. I don't think I can get to 10,000. What's the max particle count? I swear it's like 5,000. Sure.
I don't know how to do it either, Nitromancer, but I have this thing where I kind of figure nobody knows how to do anything before they do it. So,
Well, and like
I break a lot of things on my journeys.
Like I mentioned, there are people that know how to do it and have done it. It's just I could learn how to do it myself, but I'd be spending a ton of time doing it when there are people out there that have the skills to do it. And so why should or
I mean, I'm sure somebody else could have made that that audio mod that I made for the Wrathless thing, and probably done.
Well,
a lot
to me that
faster
was
and better,
that's a
but
simple mod, and
nobody else
I already
could
knew
do
the
it.
method to do it, and I kind of already gave you all the information on how to.
You didn't tell me how to separate the Rathian and the Rathalos. That was hard. I had to figure. Nobody else knew how to
Jesus
do that.
Christ, this is not going to be. Okay, this is going to be a lot bigger than I think I want it to be. We're going to have to. So you can see it starts kind of back there.
Octavia and Vinyl Scratch or Rah Rah? Countess Color.
Like a shirt, make our way down the Milky Way with Octavia and the other pony, I forgot her name. Which, yeah, Rara. So the fun thing with that video was, it was.
You finished that in a single stream.
No, it's 2 streams. It took just over 8 hours to make that whole thing, and that was inspired by a mod from Grand Theft Auto that somebody had modded in a piano as a car, and so the guy was driving around on the piano instead, and so I wanted to see how fast I could make a video, and that whole thing was made literally in 8 hours. All the lip syncing was super fast and puppeteered. All the animation was just yanked from other sources. Most of the animation was yanked from other sources. And so it was a rush job. So you can actually, I had started it, a time lapse of it, but even a time lapse at 10 times speed is still like 40 something minutes. But you can actually go back and watch me make that from scratch in not that long of time. If you put it at double speed, it's 4 hours. That's pretty quick. This is.
You can't ever bring yourself. I'm surprised you haven't been able to bring yourself to make another video like that. You keep talking about doing stuff like that, but then you get like.
That's what the Applejack one is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Applejack one, the other Twilight one with this.
But at least making your way downtown was a fairly long video. Wasn't
Yeah, but it was also using copyrighted music, which is why it was easy. Because I took a popular song and then slapped something on top of it using a concept that was already around. So.
I did like that one.
No, I did too.
I mean, I am a pretty big fan of like pony videos that are set to like popular music, but yeah, the creators don't get any money for those.
And it's not about I want money, but it's about where it's more of I do want to bring on like for stream highlights. I want to actually pay somebody to do the editing for those for me, so that I can free up time to actually work on other projects. So and I could just ignore the highlights altogether, but the highlights are something that keeps me alive and keeps me relevant to the YouTube algorithm. Oh, it is 5,000. Sorry. So that's the main reason that I do those, and people do enjoy them. So it's, I don't just do them for nothing. But people, but if I did hire on somebody to do it, I'm not going to say do it for free, do it for exposure, because that's bullshit. So it would be somebody.
Do it for the memes.
It would be somebody doing it because I would be giving them, or I would be, because I don't see any point in making money off of stuff. I like the idea of taking everything that I make on it and putting it right back in. So my goal at the end of the year is anything that comes in is to go zero out and not have any left at the end. And so I've done a lot of hardware stuff, but I'm at the point now where I'm going to have to start doing people. And
Who here will work for fruit pies?
Fruit pies?
Who will pay you in fruit pies? It's a very niche monetary system.
It does sound like niche.
I used to eat those fruit pies a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, I used to too, but they were horrible.
Yeah, but the Ninja Turtle ones.
Okay, come on, that's just a gimmick.
Yeah, but they were awesome. They had green ooze inside.
Ooh.
I kind of wonder if they got like a pumpkin one now. Like for the holidays. Like a pumpkin fruit pie. That would be pretty.
That sounds disgusting. In this stream, Copyright Blue's beautiful art that isn't Michael's, but it's still beautiful and wonderful impressions. Good job as usual, guys. So thank you.
He likes my art and impressions. Here. This piece of art that I've shoved into my pocket, you can buy it now if you can somehow manage to get money to
There's
me.
a fireplace right there. You can sell
That'd
it.
be a great way to start an actual fire in the house. To throw things into a gas-burning fireplace.
No, I think it's a lot of people like hear information as to like how YouTube works and whatever, but or they might have ideas on it. But I think it's important to have like the perspective of those that are in there. So that's kind of what I guess I'm indicating is like, this is the way that I kind of see things from my perspective on how things work. But I know there are people out there that have been like, be happy with what you have and whatever, but it's just seeing how growth works and how all that works. And it's really hard when you have fluctuations go up and down and you're at a point where like right now I was doing really well in August and October, as August and September, but then it went back down into a lot of that was because of the Twilight video. But it's about these fluctuations. The way YouTube presents things is like actually difficult. RT Game put out a video not long ago where he was talking about they have a feature on YouTube that says here's your top 10 or your 10 most recent videos, and it ranks them against each other. And so if I put out a animation, that's always towards the top of the list. But then when I put out a highlight, it's going to be lower, just not as much interest in it. But the way that it words things to you makes it sound like you messed up. Made it sound like you did something wrong. And it says, this video is not performing as well. Maybe you should try these things to do better. And you have different content with different things. And it is literally looking like it is punching you and saying, you messed up, fix it. And he was saying that it was causing anxiety. And I can actually see, because originally when I was seeing that, it was that way. And so you can say like, but they're still getting 10,000 views. And it's like, yeah, but if you see it compared to everything else, it feels like you're losing something and you're not doing as well. And you just
have to start doing some of these like highlights shirtless or something, and then it'd be like you draw in a different audience, but you have to draw in.
Well, right now, because if I put out like an animation, I'll usually hit like 100,000 views within a couple weeks. If I put out a highlight, if they hit 20,000 within a couple months, it's rare. So like you think about it and you're like, well, I'm still making content. A lot of it is still stuff I'm putting time and effort into. But then is it even worthwhile for me to do it? And you're like, yeah, you're still getting a good amount of views, but then at the same time, is it worth it? Is that what people actually want? And I've kind of got to the point where I actually spent a full week where I didn't look at anything on YouTube. I didn't look at any comments or anything because it was actually frustrating me enough that it was like, because it was like everything out there is telling you you're doing things wrong. And I'm like, but this is what I like doing. And so I had to stop reading things. And it was...
Well, at least I know I'm doing my art right because I just sold my art to Waffle Anon. You just have to come and get it. This rare piece of art of his OC. You can tell it's his OC because it's saying I am Argo Horse.
It's totally legit.
Very legit.
No, thanks for the fall tornado.
This may or may not be waiting for you if you ever find this place. I expect payment in full.
Is this the same Starfield Park you made in Detroit years ago? Yep, exact same one. Well, I don't see a point in needing to change it. I mean, I'm gonna probably poke at this because this is not like what I would consider final good look, but hello Spike. But yeah, it's like I still the same magic aura effect that I made on that's on DeviantArt, and that's I don't know if I have a tutorial video. I don't think I made one for that. I've used the same one. I've never changed them because I've never had a need to. And I made a tool and it worked, and now I don't have to think about it anymore. Though this is way too many stars. I need to. And these are backwards, like very small as the big ones. And let's drop that count down to like 400. And
too many stars. You know, this is coming from somebody who's lived in the city too long. It's like there's only supposed to be like 5 stars in the sky.
Well, no, I don't want to overdo the background by just filling it up too much. And like here, I wanted to put a bunch of bright ones randomly spaced around, but then have a lot more smaller, less bright ones.
If you get out into the countryside, that is what the sky looks like.
I have been out in the country before.
I miss the stars.
You can go look right there. There's a big blue one.
There's a big, it burns the eyes.
The quickest way is like to turn your left a little bit. And you went all the way around the right. It's like I gotta look at Michael.
Ow, it hurts my eyes.
Scalpers are gonna. What is it? Hey, what's going on here? Let's be made this time around. We are making. We have Rathalos and a dumpster.
It looks like it's snowing.
Well, it's because he's got no lights.
Oh no, there's just like a silhouette.
Scopes are gonna overprice it. So I'll get it fast. Let's work something out, Michael. Oh, no, there's a game I've been playing lately. That's Legend of Keepers, which is like it's a roguelike. It's a roguelite dungeon manager where you're working as like you're running a dungeon, you're preventing people from running through it, and it's been pretty fun. But one of the guys you get after you get a promotion, you get another beast that works in the middle ground. And the one of them you get is like a Hydra creature, and they treat it like a dog. And so like it's this big evil Hydra creature that's like screaming. But then one of the events that comes up is like, well, out for your normal walkies, and with this monster. And it was just that's what these are. They're treating them like little puppies. Let's get this.
There they are. So the shadows.
Got to get a bit more distance on them. Yeah, let's do one. So the background's not going to be final. I'm probably going to add like rainbow colors or something in there, because I want to make it look like an acid trip.
I thought you were just kind of there with 9-cat rainbow shooting out from behind them.
Nope, acid trip.
if they're going on an acid trip, you just have to have them laying in the dumpster, like back to reality. It's like they just. It turns out that that would be amazing if you go back and it just you turn and then on the side of the dumpster it just says medical waste. They just jumped into a dumpster filled with like morphine needles and other garbage.
Let's see what you like.
This amuses me.
I think I'm hitting the wall with
They all
this.
fly into
Yes,
the
I am.
sun. Having them flying to the sun would also be amazing.
So this needs to be put to a very low brightness and then a very high. Let's do 100. Yeah, that'd be enough.
This would be amazing. This paper towel would end up in like an art exhibit, like 100 years from now.
Remember, like, what was that really, really old book, the time travel book, where he like goes back in time and sees all the computers and stuff, and that's just you.
Yes.
So these need to be in front of.
But I am going to disappear. So I have to.
Yeah, I probably should end that here too. But like, so we do this, and then you put another one over here, like, oops, like this, and so you just kind of get some.
The uncanny resemblance. There we go.
Why is it not? Oh, there's blue. It was just merging with the yellow. So let's do something like this, and you get some. This is actually looking pretty cool.
It's getting trippy. This is what's happening.
It's funny.
You gotta have him do a flip.
Oh, so it's just gonna put him like flying through the space. I don't know why. I just was trying to come up with like, what do I do with a dumpster? I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna put him in space.
Of course.
You have many questions. Good, because I do too. If you can help me find out the answers,
Sure, no,
but that'll be next time.
pretty sure.
Already looks legit. Yes.
Medical waste dump.
Okay, but that is going to be it for today. We'll be back on Friday, which is the last day for Michael for a while.
Yes, because I will be going on a magical journey to a magical land called Kentucky.
Kentucky.
The magical place where no one actually ever wants to go.
Why not?
For good reason. We know why.
Move that over there. There, that's better. Okay. But yeah, so I'll be back Friday. We'll do some more stuff and whatever. You good for a drink?
You didn't even finish that drink this whole time. Has to be.
I forgot it was there. Bring us some fried chicken.
No. There's.
I don't think it's.
Talking KFC.
I don't think it's going to be any better if you bring it on a plane. Sounds
Yes.
disgusting. So, well, they'll miss you. Aw. Who's going to do impressions? I'm going to call you
gonna
every
have
time
to.
they have an impression.
Yes. Mine do an impression. Like, no.
Um,
I'm free.
But anyway, have a good one. And we'll see you Friday. Have a kitty cat. Have the kitty cat with the Michael song. They can hear it. They can hear it. We can't. Actually, I can't even hear it. I can't do stupid face, Spike. It's Kitty's stupid face. That's not Kitty's. Oh, that's still.
This is already pretty stupid.
Kitty is locked. There, no, Kitty is unlocked. Kitty is unlocked. No, come back. No, I gotta go. Go. All right,